Imagine discovering an entire city, not buried beneath sand, not hidden deep inside a jungle, but lying silently beneath thousands of feet of ocean water. Stone streets, collapsed buildings, massive walls, ancient staircases leading nowhere. For thousands of years, these ruins have remained untouched by human hands. No voices, no footsteps, only darkness, only the sound of the sea. At first, it sounds like the beginning of a fantasy novel, a lost kingdom swallowed by the ocean, the legendary Atlantis. A civilization far more advanced than anyone imagined. For centuries, stories like these were dismissed as myths. Interesting, but fictional. Then something unexpected happened. Scientists actually began discovering ancient structures beneath the sea. Not one, not two, but dozens of underwater sites scattered across the world. Some were clearly built by humans, others remain the subject of fierce debate, and together they raise one disturbing question. How much of human history is still hidden beneath the ocean? Because here's something most people don't realize. Today's coastlines don't look anything like they did thousands of years ago. Around 20,000 years ago, during the last ice age, enormous amounts of Earth's water were locked inside massive glaciers. Sea levels were more than 120 meters, almost 400 feet, lower than they are today. Entire regions that now lie underwater were once dry land. People lived there, built homes, created villages, raised families, and never imagined that one day the sea would erase everything. As the climate warmed, the glaciers slowly melted. Year after year, century after century, the oceans kept rising. What had once been fertile land slowly disappeared beneath the waves. Coastal settlements vanished forever. Some communities had enough time to move inland. Others probably didn't. Imagine waking up each year to find the shoreline a little closer than before. Fields disappearing, fresh water turning salty, the place where your grandparents lived, gone. Eventually, the ocean won. For thousands of years, these forgotten landscapes remained invisible, until modern technology changed everything. Today, scientists use advanced sonar systems, underwater drones, satellite mapping, and robotic submarines capable of exploring places humans can barely reach. And with every new expedition, the ocean reveals another secret. Ancient walls, stone foundations, harbors, roads, objects that clearly don't belong on the seafloor. Some discoveries are easy to explain. Others leave even experienced archaeologists scratching their heads. Because every time we believe we've uncovered the full story of human civilization, the ocean reminds us how little we truly know. And perhaps the greatest mystery isn't whether lost cities exist. We already know they do. The real question is, how many are still waiting to be found? In the next chapter, we'll travel to one of the most famous underwater mysteries ever discovered, a place that many people believe could be connected to the legend of Atlantis. And whether that's true or not, the evidence beneath the waves is far more fascinating than most people realize. For thousands of years, stories of lost cities beneath the sea were treated as little more than legends. But during the last century, divers, archaeologists, and marine scientists began finding something extraordinary. Real cities, real streets, real evidence that entire communities had once existed where only ocean remains today. One of the most famous examples lies just off the coast of Egypt. Near the modern city of Alexandria, archaeologists discovered the ruins of Heracleion, a city that was once one of the most important ports in the ancient world. For centuries, historians weren't even sure it had existed. Many believed it was simply another legend recorded in ancient texts. Then, in the early 2000s, underwater archaeologists made an astonishing discovery. Hidden beneath layers of sand and mud, they found giant statues over 5 meters tall, massive temple columns, stone anchors, gold jewelry, coins, ceremonial objects, entire sections of streets. The city had not disappeared because of war. It had slowly sunk beneath the Mediterranean after a series of earthquakes and soil liquefaction caused the ground beneath it to collapse. For over 1,000 years, it remained completely hidden. And yet, Heracleion is only one example. Thousands of kilometers away, off the western coast of India, Another mystery captured the world's attention. Using sonar technology, researchers detected strange geometric formations beneath the Gulf of Combat. Some scientists suggested they might be the remains of an ancient settlement. Stone-like structures appeared to form straight lines. Objects recovered from the seabed were claimed to be thousands of years old. News headlines around the world began asking the same question. Had archaeologists discovered one of the oldest cities ever built? If true, it could force historians to rethink parts of early human civilization. But not everyone agreed. Many archaeologists pointed out that underwater currents can move objects far from where they originally belonged. Others argued that the sonar images were too unclear to prove the existence of buildings. Even today, the debate continues. Was it truly a lost city? Or were people seeing patterns where none actually existed? This is one of the biggest challenges in underwater archaeology. The ocean rarely preserves history in perfect condition. Strong currents move stones. Earthquakes reshape the seafloor. Marine life covers ancient structures with coral and sediment. Unlike ruins on land, everything underwater changes, slowly, relentlessly. Sometimes what looks like a wall is simply a natural rock formation, and sometimes what appears to be an ordinary rock turns out to have been carved by human hands thousands of years ago. Then there is another remarkable site. Off the coast of Greece lies the submerged city of Pavlopetri. Unlike many underwater discoveries, there is very little debate about its authenticity. Researchers map streets, buildings, courtyards, even what appear to be burial areas. The city is believed to be more than 5,000 years old. Walking through its ruins today is impossible. Instead, robotic cameras glide silently above stone roads that were once filled with people going about their daily lives. Children may have played there. Merchants traded goods there. Families built their futures there. Now, fish swim through the same streets. It's a haunting reminder that civilizations can disappear, not in a single day, but over centuries as nature slowly changes the world around them. These discoveries prove something important. Lost cities beneath the ocean are not myths. They exist. The real mystery is how many remain undiscovered. And that's where the story becomes even more fascinating. Because one legend has overshadowed every underwater discovery ever made. A civilization so advanced and a destruction so complete that its name has survived for more than 2,000 years. Atlantis. Was it merely a story? Or could one of these submerged cities have inspired the greatest legend in human history? That's where our investigation goes next. Long before divers explored the ocean floor, before sonar, before submarines, there was a story so powerful that it has survived for more than 2,000 years. It begins with the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. Around 360 BC, Plato described a magnificent island civilization unlike anything the world had ever seen. According to his writings, Atlantis was wealthy beyond imagination. Its cities were built with incredible precision. Its harbors were filled with ships from across the known world. Its people possessed advanced engineering, powerful armies, and enormous influence. But then, everything changed. In a single day and night, Plato claimed, violent earthquakes and catastrophic floods caused the entire island to disappear beneath the sea. Atlantis was gone, forever. For centuries, most historians believe Plato never intended the story to be taken literally. Many argued that Atlantis was simply a philosophical lesson, a fictional society created to demonstrate how pride and greed could destroy even the greatest civilization. Yet the story refused to die. Generation after generation, explorers searched for the lost island. Some believed it rested beneath the Mediterranean Sea. Others looked to the Atlantic Ocean. Some searched near the Caribbean. Others even proposed Antarctica. Every few years, a new theory appears. A satellite image, an unusual rock formation, a mysterious underwater structure. Each one claiming to have finally solved the mystery, but none has produced conclusive evidence. Still, there is one reason the Atlantis legend refuses to disappear. History has repeatedly shown that myths sometimes contain fragments of truth. Take the ancient city of Troy. For centuries, scholars dismissed Homer's stories as pure fiction. Many believe the city never existed. Then, in the 19th century, archaeologists uncovered its ruins in modern-day Turkey. The legend had been inspired by a real place. That discovery changed the way historians viewed ancient myths forever. Could Atlantis be similar? Not exactly as Plato described, but inspired by a real civilization that vanished after a natural disaster? Some researchers think so. One of the most discussed possibilities is the ancient Minoan civilization on the island of Crete. More than 3,500 years ago, one of the largest volcanic eruptions in human history occurred on the nearby island of Thera, known today as Santorini. The explosion was enormous. Ash filled the sky. Powerful earthquakes shook the region. Massive tsunamis raced across the Mediterranean. Entire coastal settlements were destroyed. Trade networks collapsed. The Minoan civilization never fully recovered. Could stories of this catastrophe have been passed down through generations, eventually transforming into Plato's tale of Atlantis? No one knows. Another possibility is even more intriguing. What if Atlantis wasn't one city, but many? During the end of the last ice age, sea levels rose dramatically. Coastal villages across the world disappeared beneath the ocean. Over thousands of years, memories of these lost places may have merged into a single legendary civilization. A civilization remembered simply as Atlantis. Whether that theory is correct or not, one thing is certain. The ocean has already hidden countless chapters of human history, and every new discovery reminds us that our understanding of the ancient world is still incomplete. But Atlantis isn't the only mystery waiting beneath the waves, because in recent years, scientists have discovered underwater structures so unusual that even today experts continue debating whether nature alone could have created them. And some of those discoveries may be even more mysterious than Atlantis itself. In 1986, a diver exploring the waters off the coast of Yonaguni, Japan, made a discovery that would spark one of the greatest archaeological debates of the modern era. Rising from the ocean floor was an enormous stone formation unlike anything he had ever seen. Massive flat platforms, sharp 90-degree angles, wide terraces, long stair-like structures. Some even appeared to resemble roads leading toward large stone monuments. When photographs reached the public, one question immediately spread across the world. Had someone discovered another lost city? Or perhaps something even older? Supporters of the theory believed the monument had been carved by an advanced civilization thousands of years ago, before rising sea levels flooded the area. If they were right, it would mean humans were building large stone structures far earlier than historians currently believe. It would force us to rewrite part of human history, but not everyone agreed. Many geologists argued that nature is capable of producing surprisingly regular shapes. Over thousands of years, earthquakes, underwater erosion, and natural fractures in sandstone can create straight edges, flat surfaces, and even formations that resemble staircases. To them, Yonaguni wasn't a forgotten city, it was an extraordinary geological formation. Decades later, the debate continues. No definitive evidence has ended the argument, and perhaps that's exactly what makes discoveries like this so fascinating. Sometimes, the greatest mysteries aren't the ones we've solved. They're the ones we still can't explain. The truth is, we've explored only a tiny fraction of Earth's oceans. More than 70% of our planet is covered by water. Yet scientists estimate that we've directly explored less than 10% of the ocean floor. Think about that for a moment. We have detailed maps of distant planets. We've photographed galaxies billions of light years away. We've landed robots on Mars. And yet, most of our own planet remains hidden beneath an endless blanket of water. Every year, new technology allows researchers to explore deeper than ever before. Autonomous underwater vehicles scan areas that no human diver could ever reach. High-resolution sonar reveals shapes hidden beneath layers of sediment. Artificial intelligence helps identify patterns that researchers might otherwise overlook. With every expedition, the map becomes a little less empty, and every discovery raises a new question. How many ancient settlements still lie buried beneath the sea? How many stories have been erased by rising oceans? How many civilizations disappeared without leaving a single written record? It's possible that some answers will never be found. Wood decays, metal corrodes, entire buildings collapse beneath centuries of pressure, in shifting currents. Time is relentless beneath the ocean. But stone remembers. A staircase, a harbor wall, the foundation of a forgotten home. Sometimes that's all that remains to prove that people once lived where fish now swim. Maybe Atlantis never existed exactly as the legends describe. Maybe it was inspired by real disasters that echoed through generations until history became mythology. Or maybe, somewhere beneath the darkness of the ocean, there really is a city that no one has discovered yet. Waiting, silent, untouched. The ocean has always hidden humanity's greatest secrets. The question isn't whether more lost cities exist. We already know they do. The real question is, what will we find next? And if one forgotten city has already changed the way we understand history, imagine what the next discovery might reveal. Because sometimes the greatest mysteries aren't found among the stars. They're waiting beneath the waves, far below the surface, in the darkness, where almost no one has ever looked.